Hi, just doing a quick video to just show you guys a property that we just got access to about 2 days ago. We've got the keys for it and there's some students waiting to move in. So I thought let me give you a quick sneak peek of what it looks like. Luckily the property was already basically done because it was student accommodation before, and we're just literally putting furniture in and then we're ready to rock and roll. Take you on a quick view, but what we've done is before, this is the first bedroom, the Barney over there, Barney, Tabesa, he's going to be looking after the students, and then this is the big room with lots and lots of cupboards, and another room. Most of the big furniture has arrived already, but as you can see, Macro was here this morning, but there's still a lot of small things that needs to be done. Wi-Fi still needs to be installed, and there's students moving in tomorrow, so it's quite hectic, but we will get there. Nice beautiful bathrooms. We're just cleaning everything because this property was standing empty for about 2 years. Where the previous owner didn't do anything. She kind of got out of out of student accommodation in 2020, and she never started again. So we then founded the property, and a very lucky investor bought it because this was a really, really good price for 16 students, and for the price that he paid, and the fact that he didn't have to do much anyway with this property. So you can do 16 students in here. See, there's another upstairs area as well. Under the stairs there's a nice single room with a desk and some nice cupboards already. And upstairs got a small, we're going to put like a banister here so that people don't fall off, but then we'll have a little bit of a chill area there, and a room here at the top, and the loft. It's also enough space. That's a big bed, a double, so there's supposed to be singles up here. That's quite nice. So, expectation versus reality. The video you just watched is a video of a property in the southern suburbs in Cape Town, okay? And it's a beautiful, beautiful property. It works really well for students. It's in the best location when it comes to student accommodation, very sought after area. Purchasing the property, the purchase price was within the right parameters for student accommodation, what I always recommend, and everything was really supposed to go perfect, and then real life happened. So unfortunately it's very important when you look for student accommodation and you buy student accommodation, and especially if you purchase via using some kind of funding via the bank. It's very important to do number one, to do your OTP correctly, your offer to purchase, and then number two, to get the timing right, because you can't expect to sign an OTP in December. Banks are closing, so you don't want the banks to still be wondering whether they're going to give you that loan in December, because remember, intake students are starting to arrive to go to campus in mid to end January, so you need to be ready. You don't want to still have to worry about getting furniture, getting all of your renovation, conversion, whatever it is that you're doing. You don't want to be rushing that and trying to do that. And there's accreditation. Your property has to be ready for accreditation, and that also takes time. So literally, do not buy a property in December only. Maybe if it's cash, okay. If you do your OTP correctly, and the owner will actually give you access to the property to do what you need to do while you're waiting for your bond to be finalized and the property to be transferred, that is fine. I mean, that then you can still push it a little bit late like that. But in this specific instance, what happened is that the seller of that property just said, listen, sorry, but I will not let you enter that property. I will not let you go anywhere there near it until it has physically transferred. And a transfer process like this, where you still have to get bank funding and all of that, will take 4 to 6 months. And the purchaser here was also a company. There was more than one director, so multiple people had to sign. They want everything in wet ink, so you have to courier documents. It became an absolute nightmare. And the seller, she just didn't care. She was like, I don't care, this is a risk for me. I don't know who gave her advice, very stupid advice, but anyway, she just said, sorry, no. And therefore, the poor purchaser kind of, they missed intake completely. And I did mention in the video when I made it originally that, you know, we had some students that we were able to place in other properties while they were waiting for this one to become available. The challenge is that to make the numbers work, and the rental amounts also had to be higher than the normal rentals we charge in other suburbs. Now, it's very easy. It's still a very good price for the area, but because we're now taking students that are staying somewhere else and we're bringing them to this property, the rental rates weren't great. And then there were vacancies because of intake. All the university, everybody already found a space, and you know, and we were still scrambling around getting furniture and getting our accreditation and all of that. So they had vacancies. Luckily, because it's such a great area and people love it there, we were able to find private students for this landlord throughout the year. And I think by about end of May, June, we were full. The whole property was full. But the problem is, you know, when you need those premium rates, you have to, you know, be there when there's lots of demand, lots of students looking for a space. Because now they have time to shop around, and you know, you need them more than they need you. So obviously the rental then wasn't at those premium rates that this landlord needed. So unfortunately he did make a loss duration of the year, and it was mainly also because then he had to pay a bond, you know, that came at high rates and so on. And then in that year, all the interest rates also went up. So not a great experience for him. That was in 2023. Now in 2024, we were obviously, the property was ready, everything was ready, and we were able to place students in the property. And guess what? We got the premium rates we needed. The place is full. It was one of our first properties that were full. And the students love it there. It's a really awesome place for them to stay. It's close to the shuttles, it's close to university, it's close to all those funky, vibey places that people look for in Cape Town. So we got the rates, and the place was full, and it's still full, and you know, no vacancies, nothing. But now, unfortunately, because of the delay, because now guess what? This year, there's always something. This year, that the university that is kind of the students from CPT are staying at this property, and they were part of this whole NASTRA's pilot project that was happening, started up at the beginning of this year. And then the university is in the pilot, then they're out of the pilot, then they're in, and it was quite a big back and forth between these different entities. And as a result, obviously the payments were delayed a lot. So there has been payments coming in, good payments coming in, but obviously because of last year where he just burned so much money, and because of this year where the payments are delayed a bit worse than it usually are. In general there's a delay, but this year it's been a little bit further delay. You know, he just couldn't take it anymore, and he said, no, thank you, student accommodation is not for him, and he doesn't want to do student accommodation in Cape Town anymore. So he has put the property on the market. He found a purchaser that is, the transfer is now in progress. We're still going to be managing for the new owner, but yeah, it's just very, very sad in a situation like this, when that happens, you know, because you really need to make sure that you manage your risks around timing and so on, because that could really negatively influence you. And obviously, you know, for me personally, it's very sad. I'm very sad for him, because he went through all of that pain, he went through all of the stress, and funding all of that money, and now, just as the property is about, I mean, he's going to make really good money if he could have just seen this through a little bit more. And now the new owner is going to get all the benefit of his pain, his stress, his effort. And yeah, but I guess that's the way it is with student accommodation. You have to be very careful and selective about what you do when, or you will get burned badly. So be careful out there. But it is, if you want to know how to do it right, then you can always contact me. Get info@mystudenthouse.co.za, and we will help you to get the timing right. You can book a consultation on my website, ritavanrooyen.com, and I will assist you and give you a little bit of guidance so that you don't end up in a situation like this. So I love student accommodation. I'm a landlord myself, and yeah, I'm still getting more. So it's a good model, but do it right. Bye.